Okay, what's up? We are back to reading manga. Yay! Yay, at long last. I wanted to wait until I had done all the 2018 list videos and all the videos about Japan and stuff like that, but I just couldn't take it. I just wanted to read manga. I hated not being caught up on things. And I'm really far behind, as the chapter number indicates. I hadn't read any manga since before Christmas. So we're back into it, and I couldn't be happier. Starting off with some Boku no Hero Academia. I've really enjoyed this Class A versus Class B arc. I thought it really highlighted so many of the strengths of the series. It was so hype seeing characters in Class B that we had seen in the background so many times before, and then seeing what their powers are and seeing them used in such a cool team-based way. And the way that like every character, their power like made sense instantly. I don't know if I'm alone in thinking this, but I was really impressed with the author's ability to kind of match up the fleeting glimpses of their personality and their appearance that we'd seen before, with a power that seemed really suitable for them. And then all of the Class A people too, like a lot of ones that we haven't gotten to see in action in quite a while, seeing how they had evolved through the kind of mostly off-screen training arcs and stuff. It's just been a blast. I think it's like one of my favorite arcs in the series yet. And with this latest fight, in the chapter right before the one that we're going to read today, which I just reread, they've really tied it into some of like the biggest mysteries and overall themes of the stories. There's a line earlier on in this chapter, even before this, when Deku says, "All of the hopes and dreams in my mind from when I was younger are gradually becoming heavy burdens." Like that starts to now tie in some of the deepest kind of philosophical questions that the series is asking about the nature of heroism and self-sacrifice and stuff, and what does it mean to devote yourself to being a hero with a smile on his face. And we'd seen some of this already in the confrontation between Hawks and Flame Man. Did you miss? Did you miss my memory? My brilliant ability to remember what characters' names are. Endeavor. They kind of talked about these sort of themes too, but okay. So what's gonna happen? Ochako calls out to Shinso. Shinso being the guy that as soon as you respond to him, he has mind control over you. And I assume she's doing this to try to get him to rein in Deku. That somehow he's going to be able to stop Deku from rampaging like this and his body just exploding with the one for all energy. By the way, does anyone else watch OKKO? A great Cartoon Network show. There's a scene, I don't want to spoil it for people that haven't watched it or haven't watched this episode, but there's a scene that's like really remarkably similar to this. Anyways, okay, alright. Here's the new chapter. Successor continued. This is a very nice picture of Ochako on the cover. Very cute. I like her mitten. I like that she only has one mitten on because she's preparing to use her float activation pads or whatever. In the still quiet night, what is the ennui Ochako thinking? I don't know. Oh, she's listening to music too. She's probably thinking about number 13 and how awesome he is. I just love that she's a huge fangirl of it. Oh, we're getting an Ochako flashback now. Oh man. Okay, alright. That's cool. That they're actually using this as an opportunity to expand on her character. So thinking about her overworked parents, this is something that's been established before. And it's established in a way that I thought was good, that it wasn't like a big deal at the time. It was just a way to kind of show what a nice, kind person she was. But it had that like kind of pregnancy to it. It had that sort of gravity that you knew later there's actually something much more substantial that you can discuss with this backstory. So we're getting a bit of that now. First time I ever saw a hero in action, what caught my eye even more than the hero was the expression on the crowd's faces. I loved seeing people's happy faces. Oh, isn't that so nice? I love this shot of the crowd watching Nightman, or I don't know who this guy is. Helping people who are in trouble was always just a given. Oh, Oh, so nice. Is this going to be subverted? I don't think so. This is just genuinely what she's like, no matter how much trouble they were in. Oh, and of course, yes, this goes all the way back to the entrance exams for their Hero Academy when she floats up and saves Deku after Deku punches out something that he wasn't even supposed to fight. Saving each other. A really wonderful way to meet. And then thinking of Deku during the Chisaki arc, if I can't even save this one little girl right in front of me, how could I ever be a hero who saves everyone? Ah, so good. I don't know what's fair. Made me wonder. When a hero is in pain, who will protect them? You will! You will! Jump up there and float him out of trouble! Ah! So we cut back to the present. She's grabbing him. This dark energy that's like overflowing from him is very interesting to me. So it's sort of like I think all of the inherited will and power from the previous One for All holders has taken on this kind of like raw form and is just like gushing out of him. But it's unclear to me like how we're supposed to interpret it in the real world. Like, is it like kind of like a plasma? Is it like a fiery sort of thing? You know, all of these series sort of end up having their own little elemental tables, I think, of different types of energy and how they interact and what they're associated with and stuff. And here, the ominousness of it, the darkness and this kind of like shadowy aura around it, it makes it really clear that it's like not necessarily good, even though it's coming from something that is from a good place, you know, One for All being the really heroic power. It's I don't know, it feels like it's hinting that there's going to be some major kind of moral revelations later about the real nature of heroism and stuff. Oh, look at this. The energy going over the speech bubbles? This is crazy. You're crazy for this one. That's brilliant. I can't stop it. Isn't doing this of his own free will. Okay, so this is where she gets the idea. She remembers. Use your brainwashing to stop Deku. She remembers, of course, from the athletic event, the 1v1 matches where Shinso was able to brainwash Midoriya. But right at the end, he was confronted with this like other in his mind, which is the inherited spirits of the previous holders of One for All, who were able to snap him out of it. So I don't know if this is even going to work, but this could somehow like cause a confrontation. Ideal quirk, I lost you in the sports festival. Excited to show you that I'm different than I was before. Okay, so this is kind of cool. Like, I think on one hand he is disappointed that Midoriya is having some sort of medical emergency. That they're not going to have a proper fight. That he's not going to be able to show him how far he's come. But I think he is now going to be able to use his quirk for other people's sakes. And they were having a conversation about that in the chapter before this, about how his quirk seems like inherently kind of slimy, and it's like better suited for like a villain's quirk or something. And yet he has to come up with a way to use it heroically. Let's fight again. Ooh! And this is notable too, that he pulls down his voice changing mask. He's saying it in his own voice. He's not trying to trick him. This is his plan. Let's fight again. Snap out of it, buddy. This is clearly not what you want to be doing. And Midoriya responds, yeah, so it works. He gets the mind lock. All for One for All explodes out of him like a supernova. And here in this last panel, you can see, because his pupils aren't colored in, that the brainwashing has taken effect. Ooh, it swirls all back into him. Fades away. Okay. Okay, so now he's back in this dream world. So remember a few chapters before this, where he had the dream where he was seeing the previous holders of One for All. He like kind of talked with them. Not yet, not at this time. Conversations around that. Now he's back in this space. What? So this is some previous holder of it. That's right. Yeah, it's manifested, but you are not alone. So is this even still kind of like a meta? Well, not meta, but like, is what really triggered this that Deku decided he was going to put the team on his back for this exercise? Because remember, their plan was, as their team, is that Deku was going to run out first and do kind of like the heavy lifting of like scouting everything out, getting into fights if he needs to because he's so powerful. Just kind of like setting the stage for them to be able to move as a more cohesive unit. And is kind of the lesson here that he was taking on too much himself? Maybe? I don't know. That power is no longer something they can use with idle thoughts. Got it. Try harder. Okay. Try harder, dude. And that's it. That's the end of the chapter. That was a short chapter. That really threw me off. Try harder, dude. One of Deku's predecessors is super funky. The word funky, for me and some of my friends, is an extremely overloaded word. Insofar as we have tons and tons of internal memes about like Funky Kong and stuff. So super funky. Okay. I like it. It's so tonally a major shift, and it looks like the next chapter we're going to continue with this dream state lecture from one of the previous holders. So that'll be interesting too. Okay, all right. Interesting chapter, interesting developments. Really getting into some of the core mysteries of the series around what the heck is up with One for All. I really think the way they've structured this, the way they've presented Deku as both like enigmatic and our charming, lovable MC that we know and love, is really cool. Like they've put so many mysteries within him that he's going to try to have to like puzzle through along with you. That they're able to play these cards like very late into the series, like 212 chapters in. We still have questions about exactly what is this power that he's inherited. That's pretty interesting. And yet at the other level, we totally understand what it is. It makes him super strong. Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in the next chapter.